Heyo, Fincast86 and the Big Cheese with 3 minutes of genealogy wisdom. Birth certificates. Are they good for genealogical research? Yes, they can be, but sometimes they're an inefficient way to do your genealogical research. Sometimes new genealogists come into it and they're like, we got to get all the official vital records. Not necessarily, because birth certificates are very limited and sometimes they can be tough to get. Also, they cost a fee usually. So why would you want to use birth certificates? Well, they are a legal means of determining your descent from somebody. So if you need to get some kind of government thing, if you're trying to get into an organization that requires a high level of accuracy in determining your descent from a particular ancestor, sometimes birth certificates are a way to go because they are a legal document. They're also extremely accurate. Sometimes there's misspellings and mistakes on census records, immigration records. Generally, there aren't any mistakes on a birth certificate. Also, if you're particularly interested in a specific ancestor, try and get their birth certificate because sometimes it can contain information that you're not going to find on other records. Ethnic and racial information is one of the examples of that. So if you think that one of your ancestors may have had partial Native American ancestry, African American ancestry, Jewish ancestry, and they hid that to get around discrimination in the course of their life. Maybe they self-identified as white, but you suspect they might have had partial, African American ancestry. A lot of times that racial or ethnic information is going to be on the birth certificate, so hidden ethnic origins. How do you do it? It's pretty simple to find out how to get a birth certificate. Merely go on a search engine on the internet, type in the state or locality that your ancestor lived in or was born in, and then type in vital records, birth certificate, something like that, and you will get a page that will tell you very clearly. A lot of times the process is online these days. Now, the birth certificates are not digitalized, so one of the reasons that a lot of genealogists don't really look at birth certificates anymore is because everything else is digitized. Census records, immigration records, you can find all this stuff online. Birth certificates you have to order, and it costs money too, anywhere from $10 to $30 depending on the locality. Also, they are controlled. Now, not only are birth certificates limited, if you're in New England, you might be able to find birth certificates going back to the 1600s. Anywhere else, you're probably not going to find birth certificates until like the 1900s. Until the late 1800s, most localities didn't actually issue official birth certificates. So also, you may need to prove that either you are the person asking for your own birth certificate or you are a direct descendant of the person, and sometimes there are limitations year-wise. For instance, in Texas, any birth certificate that is within the past 75 years is considered controlled for obvious, privacy reasons. What are some alternatives to getting birth certificates? Well, go online. There's all kinds of stuff on Cindy's List and certainly on Ancestry.com where birth records are put into indexes. You're not going to get all the information that's on an individual birth certificate, but at least you're going to be able to find out the name, the parents, when the person was born, and all this information is out there on both subscription sites and free sites. So good luck hunting, and my tap water is losing its chill, so cheers.